Welcome to Modern Entrepreneur. Today we have Ryan Deiss, who's the co-founder and CEO of Digital Marketer. Over the last 3 years, Ryan and his team have invested over $15 million in marketing tests, generated tens of millions of unique visitors, sent well over 1 billion emails, and run approximately 3,000 split tests. Ryan's also a highly sought-after speaker and consultant whose work has impacted over 200,000 businesses in 68 countries. Thanks so much for being here, Ryan.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, as you know, we have these 6 questions, so let's just dive right in.
All right.
The first is, what do you think is your unique skill set, and how has that impacted the success of your business?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of being pretty good at simplifying things down to what actually matters. I don't know if this comes from laziness or efficiency. I'm choosing to say it's efficiency, but I think you and I both.
Laziness, yeah.
Thank you. I think you and I both know the truth. But no, it's simplicity, but also I focus really heavily on just trying to empathy, right? What do people want? And that's always what I've, kind of based the business on. No matter what company we were starting, no matter what market we were going into, it always began with that single kind of focusing question of what the heck does the audience want? Yeah. And then what's the simplest and most efficient way to deliver it? So we don't really overcomplicate. Every business we do, I think we keep it simple and we keep it focused on the customer.
It's interesting that you use the word empathy, because we talked about that in one of our previous episodes. And to me, it seems like one of those things that people have or they don't. How do you imagine recommending people generate the ability to empathize with customers and prospects?
I do believe it's something that can be taught. I think some people come about it naturally. I know I'm terrified of humans. I was told that they try to sell you drugs and give you poison candy growing up, like I think all kids were. Stranger danger. But it was interesting when I started. I mean, right? I mean, you're putting on your own event. There's something magical about pressing the flesh to your customers, actually getting out there. And I think especially when we're talking about digital businesses, and you think about a lot of online entrepreneurs, people who have digital first companies, you can run a business, it can be very, very successful, and you never actually meet, or maybe you never even really see your customer. I think it's very difficult, even if you are a naturally empathetic person, it can be very difficult to really put yourself in their shoes. And I know as a copywriter also, because I read a lot of copy, anytime you can visualize and write to a person, right? So if you put a picture of them up on the screen, you're gonna write better copy.
Interesting.
So I think just getting out in the real world, whether it's coming to events and conferences like Entrepreneur, or whether it's just going to trade shows or just showing up. And if you have a brick and mortar store, it's easy, and you're gonna hear the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's right.
But there's no substitute for talking to other human beings, hearing their problems, and being able to associate real human stories with your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been in business now for?
I made my very first sale online in 1999 as a freshman at the University of Texas at Austin. So you could do the math, but my entire adult life.
Yeah. So. And so I guess you've learned a thing or two. What is?
I would like to think so, but I don't know.
Sorry. So tell me, at this stage of your business, you guys have a bunch of employees. You got businesses in all sorts of different markets. What is the thing that is standing out to you that's working the best right now to help grow your business?
So for me personally, like, what do I do when I kind of show up? Is that what you mean, or from like a specific kind of tactical thing?
Whatever you want.
I think it actually, the nice thing is the answer is probably both. It seems like, I said I like to really pursue simplicity, but it seems like things are getting more complicated. Yeah. It is getting harder. Yeah. You have to know how to do more things.
More stuff, yeah.
And so there was a time where I felt like, right, wrong, or otherwise, I felt like I'm the best at doing whatever it is that needs to be done. And I've kind of had to come to the realization that I'm really great at certain things, but I'm really not that great at other things. And so for me, it's been about identifying talent, not to replace me. I think this is a big issue that a lot of entrepreneurs run into when they first start wanting to grow their team. They think, I'll never be able to find somebody to replace me. Yeah. And you're probably right. If you're a successful entrepreneur, even a little bit successful, then you probably won't easily find somebody, right? You have somebody special, and the people that are like you are wanting to do their own things. Right. But can you find 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 20 people that are better at a specific thing than you are at that specific thing? And so what I spend the bulk of my time doing today, and really where I believe all entrepreneurs need to be focusing, is how do they build a team of specialists, a team that all understands and can relate to one another and communicate with one another, but a team that is better at the specific things than the founding entrepreneur is at that specific thing, even though they may be great at everything. Right. But to be that generalist. So you can jump in and you can connect dots that other people won't necessarily connect. So you can stand above it enough to not get fixated, but still allow people to do what they do well. I think that's what works today, no matter what business you're in.
So really, just building a team of specialist experts.
It's old. It's an old idea, obviously, but I think it's something that a lot of people got away from, and I think technology allowed us, technology, automation, like Entrepreneur, right? I mean, it allows you to not have to hire a bunch of people. But we're getting to a point now where when it comes to tasks, especially about growth in a business, you need people out there who know how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So 17 years. Obviously, when you started, you weren't as savvy and smart about these things as you are today. What is the one thing that, if you could kind of like travel back in time and tell your old self, what do you wish you knew then that you know now, and how would that have made a difference to your business and to your success in general?
I hate the word focus because I don't think any entrepreneur is ever going to focus, but and nor do I think we should, right? I mean, we're different. I think that's a lot of what makes us able to do things that we do, but understanding that you don't have to pursue opportunities simultaneously. And when I go back and I look, there were good opportunities that I missed by pursuing them. There were opportunities that because I had this thing going here that was good, maybe it was my cash cow, or maybe it was just the thing I started first. And then another opportunity came up and I said, oh, this is too good. I can't let that sit there.
Not do it,
Yeah, I can't not do it. Then I tried to do both of them simultaneously, and it's that half-built bridge analogy that I know you've heard me tell a billion times, right? Again. So, if we're not humans, right? If we're two mountain ranges and there's a person trying to get from like my knee over to your knee, clearly they need to build a bridge to get there. And when we think about these different vehicles in business, whether they're ideas or another, cool marketing strategy or something like that, that's a bridge to get us from where we are to where we want to be. The danger of shiny object syndrome and of just, entrepreneurial ADD is you want to build multiple bridges at the same time. What you wind up doing is expending a lot of effort to build 8 simultaneous bridges, and then you get here and you stop and you're exhausted. Whereas if you were just to pick one bridge, even arbitrarily pick it. Right, so that's why I don't mean necessarily focus. I mean just arbitrarily say, I'm going to do this one first, and you build it. Now you got momentum, you have resources that you can take and bring back across and build another one and another one and another one. And just if I could tell myself, look, that opportunity, if it's that good, it can wait 30, 60, 90 days, maybe 6, 12 months. The great opportunities are not going to go away. In fact, let all the other people go first and figure out the other things. Sit back. Be patient. So it's not so much about focus, but if I could just teach myself, go back and tell myself, just to be patient. Practice some entrepreneurial patience. I think I'd be further along than I am right now, and I would not have stumbled on certain opportunities that I stumbled on.
Interesting. But that said, you're pretty far along. You run a very big business. Like I said, and I don't even know how many industries you're in right now, but this guy has fingers in a lot of different pies, let's just say. And I think that at all of us, as we get to a certain level in our businesses where we've kind of like gotten past, can I survive, onto like, thriving and looking forward to the future, I think it's natural to begin to think about like, what am I really up to? And what do I want my legacy to be? So when you think about that, what do you feel like you want your legacy to be?
Oh, I mean, for me, I do this because it's what I'm good at and it's fun. I look at my legacy as my children. My identity does not swirl and center around business and my companies. I do it because I love it, I enjoy it. I'm past the point of having to do it. It's the only thing I'm good at. What am I going to do? Play golf? I'm terrible at golf. It's fun, but no. I think it's good. I was very, very, very blessed in life. I found my mate early in life, and I found my calling early in life. And I'm very thankful for that. And I think that's the luckiest you can ever get in life. And my calling, I really enjoy starting and growing businesses. And I enjoy doing it to see the ideas happen. I mean, it's kind of the closest to alchemy that we can ever get. And that's fun, and it's always fun. That's why I think focus, but I'm not gonna focus. I wanna try these different things. But no, I mean, I'd like to be known as somebody who was able to have a lot of successful businesses, who a lot of people got to ride along the way on that and benefited, my friends and family for the better, and hopefully who did it the right way.
Yeah. When I think about a guy like you, to me you look like sort of like an entrepreneurial natural, and in the way that some people are going to be basketball stars and some people just aren't.
I'm definitely not a basketball star.
Yeah, that's.
Let's stand up right now and prove this to everyone.
So you're like a basketball star of entrepreneurship. Do you think that that entrepreneurs can be that kind of that they can be made, or is this something that you're born with?
I think we all have natural talents, right? And I think at the end of the day, to be a good entrepreneur, to be good in any business, you really only need two things, kind of the two fundamentals. You need to be able to deliver value.
Yeah.
Well, I guess three things. Number one, you need to be able to deliver value.
Yeah.
Hopefully that goes without saying.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I don't care what type of business you're running, your product is a successful customer. Not just happy, not just delighted, but successful. They've been changed for the better.
Yeah.
If all you do is get them all like, woo, warm, fuzzy, hot and bothered, they're gonna come out of that ether, that's gonna fade. If you wanna have a lasting, successful business, then you need to leave people better than you found them.
Yeah.
That's value, right? So number one, you have to have the ability to provide value, either through a product or a service. And number two, you need to be able to articulate that value. I've known people who are great at what they did, but they couldn't explain it to anyone, right? And then the third thing is, tactically, you need to understand how to acquire customers at a profit.
Yeah.
If you have those three things, then you can be a successful entrepreneur. Now, there's a lot of people that they don't really have the thing to do the first one. And so maybe they need to come alongside and partner up or join up with somebody who has that breakthrough idea, who has that ability to deliver value, and you deliver value to them from the business perspective.
Yeah.
So really it comes down to just the other two. Can you articulate value?
Yeah.
And can you tactically learn to acquire customers at a profit? That's just basic sales and marketing. Those things absolutely can be taught.
Totally learnable, yeah.
They can absolutely be taught.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's certain people who are maybe more creative than others, but I've seen very broke creative people. There's people I think are more persistent than others, but I've seen people who are persistent to a fault, and they kept pursuing terrible ideas where they generated no value, in the market told them that by not buying what they were selling.
Yeah.
So you can't divorce value from the equation. But the other two can be taught, and I'll tell you, if you can do the other two, there's plenty of people who have the first one and who really need your help on really 2 and 3.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you feel like is your kind of like learning edge? What are you excited to learn next?
What I'm trying to get better at right now is actually management. Funny enough, because I'm good at selling.
Yeah, because by the way, this guy has 300 employees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And right now I have one direct report.
Jesus.
And so because I know I'm bad, like I'm good at sales, I'm good at marketing, I'm good at offer creation, I'm good at strategy, and I've been told I'm a good leader. That I can set a vision and a course, and people, for whatever reason, for better or worse, follow me. But when it comes to actually managing people, making people a better version of themselves, which I believe is what great managers do, that's not me, and I see that as a major shortfall, and I have so much respect for exceptional managers. Yeah. For people who can, take these big ideas and can take the raw material that are the people that work in this company. And blend it all together.
I'm curious why you would pursue that, because I feel the same way. Like, I'm a terrible manager, and I've pretty much just given up on that. I'm not going to try to learn that.
So there's a reason I have one direct report, but for me it is, you said, what am I excited to learn? Yeah. I'm excited to learn, I'm excited to learn that. One day I would love to paint. Yeah. I'm going to tackle management first, because I think I might be able to do that better than paint. Yeah. because I can't even draw like a straight line or a round circle.
Okay,
so
good.
I don't think the prognosis is good, but it is, to me, it is an intellectual pursuit that I think is, I see so much value in that skill.
It's unbelievable.
that I'm really excited to learn it.
Yeah, tough for a weird like introvert like yourself.
I like to get better at, again, this isn't, not everybody says, they say focus on your strengths and only your strengths, and that is where I spend the vast majority of my time.
Yeah.
But to me, it's fun to see, can we grow, can we stretch ourselves and get better at the things that we suck at?
Yeah.
I'm not forcing, the success of the company is not dependent
doesn't depend on you.
On me doing this, right. Yeah, I've already,
right.
handicapped that by having good managers.
Yeah.
But intellectually, I find that very stimulating.
Interesting. Well, cool. Well, we've called this series Modern Entrepreneur. What does it mean to you to be a modern entrepreneur?
I think modern entrepreneurs are customer-centric first and foremost. Mm-hmm. The days of just having the best product is no longer good enough, and the days certainly of having the highest efficiencies aren't good enough. Just ask, flailing businesses like, the Walmarts and the McDonald's of the world, who focused on the efficiencies and failed and lost focus on the customer. So I think at the end of the day, modern entrepreneurs are customer-centric at all times.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Does that mean I get to sign this?
Will you sign the wall?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
If I can impact people, they can impact people, and then it's like a ripple effect, and that's what I'm really striving for, and what makes me really happy is when I see, and I see this all the time at Basic Bananas, someone comes in, you make a difference for them, and then they go and make a difference for other people, and it's got this beautiful ripple effect. So that's probably what I'm hoping to leave behind, is these ripples of awesomeness.
Ripples of awesomeness.
Ripples of awesomeness.
Hashtag
yeah, hashtag ripples of awesomeness.